Hi everybody, hope you had a great summer. During the last months I studied a lot, I worked a lot, so I'm not that happy. Hope you had a better summer than me. Anyway, I had the opportunity to read a lot during the last few weeks, so today I want to suggest you some very interesting readings, some books about style, but not all about style. First of all, a very funny book, which is written by a very interesting new fashion journalist who works for style.com, Bazaar, for a lot of very interesting and important magazine abroad. His name is Derek Blasberg, and the book is called Classy, and the publishing company is Razorbill. Classy, exceptional advice for the extremely modern lady. It's a very funny book, I told you, because the first question that the book tries to answer is: are you a lady or are you a tranny? Do you want to become more classy? And in the book you can find a lot of very interesting tips, from bad table manners to how to manage online rumor spreading. There are very funny piece of writings, from online friendship etiquette to tips for your travel style, from Isender's idea of monogamy to how to put on a perfume. Derek Blasberg is a very good writer, is very funny, very clever, even when he manages to talk about very strange things like how to flirt without facing charges of cyber stalking, or the difference between dinner conversation and discussion you should only have with your gynecologist. So I laughed a lot reading it, so I suggested it to you. Obviously it's about style, but at the same time is a post Sex and the City book. There are a lot of playlists too in the book to manage an evening. For example, I learned not only that Billie Holiday can be good for a dinner with your boyfriend or whatever, but also Under Pressure could be a good song for this kind of dinner. And more obviously, I learned and I read that Single Ladies and I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor are the best songs for a single. But whatever, Derek Blasberg is a very good writer. I suggest Classy to you. On another level, I read a book which I really loved. I'm not a very big fan of Patti Smith. Obviously I know her songs, but growing up I wasn't a big fan of her. But I was certainly a very big fan of Robert Mapplethorpe, which was an important photographer, obviously, and he was the one who did the covers, especially the covers for Horses, one of the most important record of Patti Smith, and once he was her lover. So I bought Just Kids, this wonderful book written by Patti Smith, published in Italy by Feltrinelli. I don't know if abroad is published by Feltrinelli, but Just Kids is a very interesting and marvelous book, very touching, because Patti Smith writes about a relationship with Robert Mapplethorpe, her love shared with Robert Mapplethorpe, love that became later a very important, very solid friendship, and is a very touching movie. In the end, I must tell you, I cried a bit, because it has a lot of soul in it. Why I'm talking to you about Just Kids in my website, and which deals about style, because first of all, Robert Mapplethorpe was a great photographer, and you learn a lot of things about him in this book. But at the same time, when we talk about New York in the in the 70s and at the beginning of the 80s, we talk about the New York of Max Kansas City, in which all the superstars of Warhol went. We talk about the factory, we talk about the village, we talk about a lot of places which are very stylish and at the same time have been all through the years inspiration for creative people. So when you read about Robert Mapplethorpe going to a dinner with Loulou de la Falaise and Yves Saint Laurent, obviously it's about style also, but it's about style because Patti Smith, without being a fashion person, tells a lot about how people dresses, how the life at the Chelsea Hotel in New York was very connected with creativity and with style, not only with music and the life of Patti Smith and Robert Mapplethorpe. So I suggest to everybody, not only to die-hard fan of the photographer or die-hard fan of the singer. In the end, I must tell you, I'm really in love with her, so I discovered also her music now, so I suggest it to you. Finally, last but not least, there's another book which I'm reading now at the moment. William Norwick, who writes for Vogue US, wrote, "One of the best reads of the season will be Deborah Davis' Party of the Century, an encyclopedic look at the famous black and white ball. Party of the Century tell us about the story of the black and white ball, which Truman Capote, or Truman Capote, I haven't known exactly how to tell it, held at Plaza Hotel in November 1966, which is one of the most important party of the 60s. If you Google black and white ball, you will find a lot of very interesting picture. The book talks about Truman Capote, his success in that period, the importance of that ball. For us who are totally in love with style, obviously the book talks about the swans, all the ladies that were friends with Truman Capote, for example Marella Agnelli, which are style icon, fashion icon of that period. And obviously the book talks about all these wonderful all these wonderful people going to that ball. For example, I have framed in my home a wonderful picture of Mia Farrow and Frank Sinatra arriving at that ball. So it's a very important description of that sophisticated society, which is part of our iconical references. So I suggest it to you. Said that, I will keep on in the future telling which kind of book I read. I think for somebody who works in fashion, it's not important only the visual side, but also read about these iconical people and read about style and learn about style. So hope you will enjoy them if you decide to read them. Thank you, and hear you soon. Ciao.